This is a grounding practice, one that I've adapted from listening to my teachers and learning from them. So I invite you to find a posture for this practice that is going to be most comfortable for you, whether that's sitting or lying down or even standing. And one way to think about that is to ask yourself, how will this body, this heart and mind feel connected to the earth as we practice together? So if you need to change position from the posture that you're in, going ahead and giving yourself the space to do that. And as you're settling in, and your eyes come to a rest, whatever that means for you. So that might mean that they're open, focusing on a visual, or perhaps they're lightly closed or even more tightly closed. And even if the eyes are closed, there are things that we see even with closed eyes. Shadows or colors. And if the eyes are open, allowing ourselves to see what's there. So whether the eyes are opened or closed, they're giving us information about where we are in this moment in time. And then as we continue to sit, there are sounds that come to us. We don't even have to search them out. And there are sounds that also tell us we are where we are. Sounds that can help us orient to place and time. Even the taste in our mouth can give us information about the time of day. And the smells, the things that we take in through our nose, can tell us where we are. And feeling the textures of the material that touches the body. So the material that touches our arms, perhaps what is touching our feet, our ankles. As our knees bend, feeling the stretch of whatever fabric is moving over them. And so as you are sitting or standing or lying down, imagining visually or in a felt sense way a central channel that connects your body to the earth. And you don't actually need to see it, or you might get a visual flicker of it. That's fine. It might go away, and that's fine too. And this channel, it might be a cord, it might be a tree, a vine, a rope. You don't have to make something appear. What happens if you simply imagine somewhere from the trunk area down to the earth a connection, a cord of connection, and allow the sense of what that is to arise spontaneously. And as you imagine that connection, also allowing yourself to be aware of the connection between your feet and the ground, the earth. So if your feet are flat on the floor, if you're sitting in a chair, or if they are connected to the ground through sitting cross-legged, feeling into that connection. Allowing yourself to be held and in communication with the earth. And with this sense of groundedness, feeling the openness between different parts of the body, where the shoulders connect to the arms, where the wrists connect to the hands. Where the neck connects with the trunk, the pelvis to the legs, and the ankles to the feet. Just imagining that there is room for energy to move between these different parts of the body. And at the same time, or in this moment, allowing the attention to move up to the forehead area, and actually right behind the forehead, behind the eyes, finding a place where you can witness what's happening without getting tangled up in what is happening. So this place of seeing what's here and yet also not being caught up in it. And for some people, this place behind the eyes, behind the middle of the forehead, for some people that can be a helpful place to put our attention. And as you're sitting here from that place of witnessing, feeling what is present in the body, remembering perhaps this understanding that everything that needs to move in the body is allowed to move. Whatever sensations are here that need to move are allowed to move through the body and back into the earth. there is this cord, remembering this cord, this channel that connects us to the earth, our feet that connect us to the ground. And everything that needs to move is allowed to move through the body and back out into the earth. And as you're sitting here, you might notice at some point that the body has become tight and rigid, or perhaps the sensations feel stuck. And in that moment, remembering that it's okay to move. Whatever the body is calling for, in order to allow the sensations to move, to have a place to go. So that might be opening your eyes and taking in what you see. It might be shifting the body to be more comfortable. It might be a gentle rocking back and forth or side to side. Listening to what the body needs, allowing it to tell you what is needed in order to allow whatever is here to move freely through the body and as needed back into the earth. If you notice that all of a sudden your breath is tight, remembering to breathe. Everything that is here, all the sensations that are here, are allowed to move where they need to move. There is space enough for it all. Trusting in the fact that this body, heart, mind knows what it needs. While you're sitting, if it needs eyes to open, allowing them to open and then close again as they're ready. If the neck needs to stretch and move, allowing that to happen. It's not about making anything different. It's actually about making space for what is here and making space for it to move through. And just as we allow the body to tell us what it needs in order to allow the sensations to move through, in order to nourish the body, we can also allow this body, heart, mind to tell us when the sit is over. So giving yourself the space to sit as long as the intention to sit is there. And knowing that this body will know when you're finished. Listening to the wisdom of the body, of the heart, of the mind. So if you continue to choose to practice on your own, inviting yourself to hear the intelligence and the wisdom that your body has for you. And if now is the time where you'd like to end your practice, thanking yourself for giving yourself that time.